What does it take to become a tournament champion in the fiercely competitive world of women's tennis? Perhaps it takes focusing on just getting better and not on winning tournaments. Here to tell us more about the quiet rise of 20-year-old player Madison Keys is WSJ contributor Tom Perrotta. Tom, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
We have two big tournaments coming up, and we know Americans are eager to cheer on a new champion. But are they perhaps jumping the gun if everyone gets behind Madison Keys?
I think they're right to get behind her because she's incredibly talented and powerful and has a huge game. But 20 is young, and it's even younger these days than it used to be. The tennis is much more physical. It's taking a little longer. And the interesting thing about her is that she's always been seen as a top talent, but for her power and how aggressive she can be, but she hasn't always been the best junior or the best along every step of the way. She's more played for down the road, and she's still doing that.
See, that's interesting. Tell us a little bit about her. Where did she come from? What's her story?
She grew up in near the Quad Cities, not exactly a tennis capital. Started playing young, but wasn't in intense training from 4 or 5.
So she wasn't a prodigy coming out of the gate.
It's interesting. I mean, she's a prodigy physically, and everybody thought, wow, it's amazing how this girl can hit so big. But she wasn't a prodigy in terms of winning matches all the time. Won big tournaments as a junior, but never won a junior Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Was always thought to be very talented. Did move to an academy or near an academy when she was around 10 or so, but her whole family moved down there together. And it's been more of a long distance approach rather than let's win this junior tournament.
It's an interesting story because her family was willing to put all their eggs in that basket when she was 10. They all moved down to Florida so she could train, like you said, at that top tournament without knowing at that point whether she was going to be a champion.
Yeah, from her perspective, she really feels like she felt no pressure because it was, well, we're going to move here and this will be fun and interesting. If it doesn't work out, fine.
Right.
And she says her mother's still like that. You can just quit tomorrow if you want.
She has this great coach in Lindsay Davenport, right?
It's been a fantastic connection. I mean, I think Lindsay and her have a lot in common. It's very much, a mentor relationship and almost sisterly relationship. It's different. There's a little bit of an age difference, so it's different there.
Right.
But Lindsay had trouble with spotlight sometimes, and she's won titles, and she's been through it all, and it's been, I think, very good for both of them.
And does Madison sometimes live with her family and have
She
sort of
does.
a normal teenage life
Yeah, it's
there?
fun. It's funny. I was out in California visiting her, and it was interesting. She'd moved in with them, during a training block in April, and she plays with, Lindsay has 4 kids, her and her husband, and she plays with the kids and watches cartoons with them and does normal stuff outside of tennis, and she likes it a lot better than just sort of being in a hotel and not being a person.
It's great. Sounds like she has her head screwed on in the right place. Looking forward to the French Open. What do you think we can expect to see from Madison?
The French Open is tough for her. She's not a clay court player yet, and it's a grinding tournament. Wimbledon is where she has a puncher's chance for sure because she's got such a big game, and grass is her favorite surface. So you never know there. But again, don't worry if it doesn't happen now. Give it time.
That's right. Give it time. We'll certainly be wishing her the best of luck. Tom Perrotta, thank you so much for that.
Thanks for having me.